one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. Heffron and Reep. Rated #1 podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for real. It says it right here.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show. Live from your headphones. It's Heffron and Reep.
See, that's a weird pause, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Heffron and Reep Show. That's what it is. It's a Heffron and Reep Show.
That's right. And we have guests this time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're adults. Every week, John, we tell our beautiful ladies, we gotta go. I can't talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I have to go. We're doing a thing, and then now they get to see the thing that we do.
Yeah, now they know that we're just goofing off the whole time. It's like we let them into the man cave, and they see we don't do anything.
Yeah,
we just sit there.
That's gonna be a thing. Is over like I have to go, and then Michelle's gonna go. What? So you gonna have some new song ideas? Not that you would ever say anything, but it's just right. We do that every week.
Every week, dude. I mean, you don't get to be ranked #1 according to the World Podcasting Federation for goofing off,
dude.
This
so
is a legit thing.
Speaking of that, who's that guy? That internet Paul, who's the super famous guy who fights everybody all the time? The YouTubers. No, the
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Yeah,
he's obviously right. They got 8 billion, YouTube people. He said he uses our thing, dude.
What?
He says we are the #1 podcast or whatever, and I don't know if we want to call him on it and go, not technically, man. You're saying that, but it's not true. Me and Jon Reep have the #1 podcast. Well, he changes it up. He says like we're #1 podcast in the world, which I can't believe that slipped through our we are the #1 podcast and then in the World Ranking Federation.
You know what we should do, John, is do a little troll patrol, and both of us as our verified pages go to his page and just copy and paste the URL that we paid for. That says World Podcast Federation. Go, I beg to differ. You're not even in the top 5, dude.
Yeah. I don't think, Michelle, do you even know what we're talking about?
Nope.
Okay. So it's tough to get in a word edgewise with Michelle. So me and John, we have a podcast, and obviously, and we're ranked #1 from the World Podcast Federation. Right. And the Podcast Federation, we're also #1. But do you know that how we got those rankings?
No idea.
Okay, we and John bought those websites, and we nominated ourselves the #1 podcast through the World Podcasting Federation, which there isn't one.
Right.
But we created that 7 years ago. 8 years ago. We created the World Podcast Federation.
Yeah.
Like way before podcasts were popular, we literally had a federation for podcasts.
Right. We did a whole segment about like right now podcasting is so new that no one even has an award show. There's no like awards for funniest moments or, like there is an Oscar or a Grammy. We were talking about there should be a potty, and then they come up with the potty awards. And then we thought, oh, well, let's just go ahead and buy it. So either one, I forgot if you or if I did it, but we paid for the URL.
Yeah.
And then Alan Jackson built a website. So if you actually go to fact check us, you'll see it's right there.
You know what we need to do, and I think we've talked about this before. You know how they always have lists? Have you ever made like a comic list? Like 20 of the hottest comics under 30 or the best comedians. You know how they always have those lists, varieties, top 20. I've never made a list ever.
Oh, yeah, you have. You were #1 when you won Last Comic Standing, top of the list, dude.
No, but even
I know what you're saying though, like news magazines and that kind of crap.
They always come up with 20 comedians you should know about that you don't or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think, and we had this idea before, but I think we should follow through with it. Where we start creating lists for comics, and then we just let social media just put out that list. So we'll go top 5 comedians named John over 35.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then we'll just like list it.
We gotta be at that one.
We have to create lists for us to be in. But then already I'm thinking like John Mulaney. Well, like we have to find ways to edge out people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We'll work on that for next episode. I feel like we should introduce the world to these ladies that are up in here today. You know what I mean? It's Valentine's Day, guys. This is the Valentine's Day Heffron and Reep, very special, sweet, loving episode. And I'm sitting here with my fiance, my love of my life, who I love very much, Jody.
Aww.
Get around, you guys.
This is amazing. Hi, Jody. Hey.
I didn't realize you guys did not know each other. But yes, I'm with my beautiful bride.
I just met her today.
Right.
Oh, you mean these two? Yeah.
First date. Just go listen. Where do you want to go? I got a podcast. How many times? Like, that's probably not the first time that's been said. Right? Is like somebody uses I have a podcast as a way to chat up a lady online.
Oh,
before you get the date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's changed too. I bet you. Like in the first 5 years, it was like, well, what's that? And then it's like, oh, really? You know Joe Rogan?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if that's in people's bios. I don't know. I mean, when we met, I used a stage picture of me, which was kind of a horrible idea now that I think about it, where I'm holding a microphone. And when she met me, or she asked me, what'd you ask? If I was,
no, I said, are you maybe a talk show host, a preacher, or a stand-up comedian?
Yeah. I
was
preacher.
just kind of at dating fatigue.
Yeah.
And I was about ready to quit. And
but it worked, right?
What's that?
It worked. His picture worked.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
It was a wonderful dance of like a lot of respect and good communication.
I think the key, and if you're single and you're on any type of dating app, fellas, I can only speak to you, is maybe delete the picture of you holding a fish. Because that's what I've heard is there are a lot of dudes holding fishes in there. In there, I wouldn't know, but I guess that's a thing.
They should be holding Nordstrom's bags.
Oh, right.
That's kind of genius. Just to show what the guy looks like.
I love to shop.
He's just holding, to show him what good he is, like just holding things for you while you're trying things on. That's the image you want.
I mean,
that's.
They're not thinking.
Dude, I just saw, this is a great, because on Netflix, there's this new documentary called The Tinder Swindler. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
He talked, it's like a catfish almost. This con artist guy meets these girls on Tinder. They think he's some rich billionaire whose dad is a Fortune 500 like diamond guy who owns all these diamond companies. And these girls fall in love with him. And then he takes their money and he does it for a living. It's really crazy. But they talked about what kind of photos you should have in your Tinder profile. And one with animals. Girls love it when you have an animal like a puppy or a cat. And they love if you have other friends. They like that you're social. Did you remember all this? We watched this last night. It's a crazy story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But bags is good. Holding bags is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a great idea. Having stock images of at a grocery store. Maybe just a guy just holding a door open, like in the car. You know, like with no context, he's just holding the door, and then maybe a lady would go, "Oh, he gets the door for me."
Yeah.
And it's just like then the guy with like coffee and breakfast just kind of, you see a bed and you
contrived. It has to be authentic.
Oh no, I'm full. Like you're gonna stock image this. You're gonna just it's gonna be like stock images.
Won't even be you, you're just a generic person. The face is blurry. Hey, real quick, what have y'all done for Valentine's Day so far? This is like your first Valentine's Day as a married couple, isn't it?
Yes. So here's what we did. Just because, of course, and then every time I complain about my internet connection, I always get done with the show. And then Michelle always goes, how'd the show go? And I go, fucking internet. And then I think so she gets to experience the internet crapping out on us why we're trying to have a wonderful conversation. So for Valentine's, here's one of the gifts I got. I'll just say one. We bought a bunch. No one needs to know anything else except for maybe one thing that we got. And do you want to guess what it is? And it's not, I will say it's nothing dirty. The thing I'm going to have you guess, John, and we don't have it. It's downstairs, but I guess we'll give clues. What's that thing like I Spy?
It goes on your body.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking the other thing. Another thing. So, okay, let's get on the same page.
Now I want to know what that is.
I'm going to write this down. Just read that.
Oh gosh, they're never gonna get that.
Well, we got it. We could clue it out.
One hint.
Okay, so
you're gonna nail this.
Okay, so just guess out of the blue, John.
Okay, both of you will probably get it because you probably watched it and you recommended.
Oh,
Tammy,
you keep
Tammy Faye Baker. What?
Well, if we're gonna, yes, we're having them guess out of the blue, and you've already dove 3 quizzes. Okay.
Wait, let me guess. Did you watch the Tammy Faye Baker?
Yes, we did. Okay. So something out of that. Okay, I'll just jump to there.
Oh, something
I'm learning how to say yes more in not be difficult. Yes, there is something out of the Tammy Faye Baker show that ended up being a Valentine's gift. That's it. Nothing more is to be said.
Okay. All right. So let's think about it. Did you see it? I watched it. I thought it was good. I liked the performance by Jessica Chastain. Did an excellent job as Tammy Faye Baker. Actually made me feel sorry for Tammy Faye Baker a little bit. I feel like she got swindled by Jim Baker.
That dude.
But you're saying this is a thing that was on that movie that one of you bought the other one, or you got it as a gift for each other to enjoy as a couple?
I can speak.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying it. I was saying that it's not a gift for a couple.
No, it's not a gift for a couple. It's an obscure thing.
It's a bottle of Valium. No.
That's a hint.
Michelle, you bought this for John?
No, I got it for Michelle.
Okay.
But you're right. I did just give a hint by accident.
Think about that bottle of Valium and where she was at. And when she needed something, I'm so terrible at surprising.
You have to just let them let the thing breathe. You're good. Yeah.
All right. So I know that towards the end she was taking Valiums, I guess. Don't remember the specific scene where she didn't OD, but she was just getting pretty crazy at the end. I don't know. I really have no clue.
I don't even know.
When she needed something.
It's also a Christmas song. Hold on, I think let's confuse them. Okay. It's also
Is it something you wear?
I think it's makeup.
Is it makeup?
It's not makeup.
Is it something you wear?
I could have got it by now. You do not wear it. However, it can a string could be tied to it.
Sweater?
What?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, it'd be better if I had it for you. It's a bell.
A bell.
A bell you ring. You go like this.
Do you remember that scene?
Cling, cling, cling.
No, I don't. That's why I'm having a problem here. Tell me the scene real quick. It'll jog my memory. What happened?
Anytime she was like really effed up, she would just ring the bell when she was just
It's not a bell, but
Yeah, when she was really, and then they knew that she wanted something, like she wanted another Diet Coke or whatever she drank all the time.
Oh wow, that's so funny. So you have to tell them about your dogs and the bell situation.
Yes. So my little dogs, whenever they have to go outside, the one he will ring the bell. Like there's a little, like a waiter's bell that dings.
You just go.
Yeah.
And so whenever he has to go outside, he'll go over there and hit it, and he looks at us.
Yeah.
And then he'll hit it again. And if you don't go and let him out quick enough, he's like, ding, 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 ding.
It's adorable.
So you have to pick it up and move it because.
Now, do you hear him? This is my question. I really want to know.
Hear him ring the bell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah. And sometimes
very persistent.
Sometimes he'll ring it even though he doesn't have to use the bathroom just because he wants you to get up or go outside or get a treat. He knows he's going to get a treat eventually. So he just sits there and rings it and then just goes.
He looks at you.
I've rang the bell. Hello, you're still sitting there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think she's about to say, so I got this gift and she's studying, she's in school, and I could just ring the bell. I'm kind of doing nothing, I sit around more. She's in school again. And I told her, I go, you have to experience what every college roommate had to experience with me as their roommate, where everybody was studying. And then I'm the guy who I didn't have a lot of work to do studying wise. So she gets experience that. So I go ring the bell. I'm up because I go upstairs to watch TV, so I don't bug her. Ring the
study break.
Yeah, and I go ring the bell when you want a study break. Take that however you want, or if you want me to go get something or food or whatever, just ring this bell. So I bought this bell. It looks really cool. There's designs all over it, and I set it there. And she's like, "That's the most fun." I go, "Yeah, if you get to ring it, I'll go get your thing." So apparently, I don't know.
My brain was exploding.
She was like this. She was like
decided to just,
nothing.
But no.
She kept ringing it and ringing it and ringing it.
And then I thought I'd
and
videotape to see him coming in.
Yeah, so she videotaped me coming down the stairs because I ring a bell and then he comes and then I never show up.
So we're 50.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not going to own to my age. But our old ears don't hear it.
I didn't hear it. So she came up the stairs.
Go up the stairs to ring the bell.
Walked.
Run back down.
Yeah.
That defeats the purpose of the whole bell situation.
I know.
Yeah. So she walked into the bedroom where I was watching TV and rang the bell right in front of me.
I fell down on my face and I'm like, I need a study break.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, John. I mean, imagine all the times that she's just going to chase you down doing, hey, I told you to call me at 10 o'clock. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, let's go. Whatever.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was super romantic, but I didn't follow through on the actually hearing it.
That's a good. She liked the gift. That's a good gesture. So it's pretty sweet. I didn't get her bell.
Ringing the bell, like I need to go out.
Yeah. So what happens when you guys are playing? What games, like family games, did you play that had that bell in it? And can you guys play that without your dog thinking it needs to pee? Like Pit? Wasn't there like Pit or what card game was it where you smack the bell?
We haven't played any bell related card games to test this theory out yet, but there's only one bell in the house, and but no. Well, I'm trying to think of what else. Well, anytime there's a car outside, they get up and they freak out. But I don't think there's a bell noise other than that.
No.
But am I wrong with thinking that there's a game that had a bell? And I remember putting it away when I play it as a kid.
I don't remember that game. I do know there's a little bubble thing that you would hit, and
that was Trouble. Yeah, that was the game Trouble.
Yeah, but I don't remember a bell.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean it didn't exist.
I don't have access to a computer to look it up to see. Okay. Yeah. So I got that, and everything else. I didn't get her anything else. I just got her belt. That's all anyone needs to know.
Well, that's very sweet, John. That's very sweet.
He was relentless in the gifts. They came all weekend. He's lying. Oh.
Well, do tell.
You can't.
Oh.
You can't.
Well, we can tell the massager.
You can tell whatever you want. Yes. You can tell whatever you want. I feel
the massager was really good. It's this like Brookstone kind of thing. You wrap it around your neck and it kneads your neck. It's just so awesome.
And it's got straps right here. So you put your hands in here and then you can pull the straps forward.
Your middle back, your upper back.
To control it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Your feet. That was a good one.
That sounds pretty good.
And then there were all these little things. And I am one of the worst gift givers. And I handed him this big bag and a card. And he opens it up and it's a comforter cover. That's
right, dude. John, how many times did I tell you? I'm like, I just want a comforter cover. 100%. Right? John knows. I've been talking about.
If these girls were paying attention and watching our podcast, they would know we do almost a segment, 10 minutes about how much John loves comforters.
Right? How many times have I said that? I'm like, John, here's how I know if I'm in really how much he loves me if I could get a comforter cover. And he's like, that's never going to happen, man. You can never be that deep in love with somebody to know that they want a comforter cover. Right? I mean, that's thought putting in buying. Oh, I almost said what I just bought you.
Because Jon Reep, you know that I like to bake.
Yes. Oh, she's a great cook.
So I didn't have a lot of time, but who doesn't love a really good double chocolate brownie? So I had time to make those. But I have a question for you guys, and I want Jody especially to answer this. I actually thought of one thing in all my studying. For Southern women, you don't ever critique like their baking, right?
Right.
What, Southern women don't critique other women's baking, or you're not supposed to critique a Southern woman's baking?
Right. Like you don't question like, did you really make that pie?
Right. But as a Southern woman, I'm not a very good cook at all. I don't bake.
Oh.
So I'm probably the worst person to ask.
Yeah. Well, you make some stuff, but it's not like
baking.
Right.
Baking.
Not what what you're thinking of, like, like Paula Dean or something she doesn't live in the kitchen or anything like that. Yeah. But
okay.
But the stuff that she makes is great.
I want to ask John.
I had a thought, but we'll move on.
We had I'm moving this because I'm hearing I think your thingy in my ears. I want to try to ask John this question.
Okay.
But I don't know how to do it without keeping it PG. Okay. Okay. So follow me on this, John. I'm okay.
Well, let me tell everyone who's watching this, we're trying to be PG-ish because both of these lovely women have children, and we don't want to do anything to embarrass these mothers. So we're trying to be clean-ish, right?
Yes. No. So I can ask you, John. Okay. So let's say there's a piece of follow me in this because I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's say there's a piece of fabric. Okay. And you can buy this piece of fabric at a store at the mall that you look at that store and you go, oh, that's where you get fabric. That's the fabric store. It's good. I mean, that fabric's almost a secret. It's so good. So, right. So you have fabric there, but then let's say you find that same fabric in bulk from Amazon, and you get 20 pieces of fabric for a certain price, but it's all different types of fabric. Okay, so
I'm with you.
If fabric one cost $40 and was the same color, and then 30 different kind of designs of the same fabric cost $30, you as a guy, would you care what fabric? Which one was which?
Where it came from? Would I care where it came from?
Right. If it's visually the same fabric, would you know that one was at the secret place that was hidden at the mall versus some other place?
I'm not a fashionista kind of a dude. I don't really care about brands that much. I don't care about. I just at this age, I only care about if it feels good on me. Like she can tell you, I only wear soft tees. Like if she buys me, like that's why you hate buying T-shirts for me. Yeah. Because she's like, I don't know if he'll ever wear this, but it has to be a soft tee. But I don't care where it comes from. If that's what you're asking me.
I don't think it was. Did I ask the question? I think you know exactly. Okay, John, let's say this
He's
fabric.
talking about something dirty.
Let's say this fabric you don't have to wear. Let's say this fabric on your thing, John, is strictly visual. You kind of don't care if it's comfortable or not.
So if she's wearing the fabric, do I care where the fabric came from?
We're keeping it safe. It's not necessarily anybody's got to wear it. We're just talking about fabric, dude. We're just talking about fabric.
I didn't know.
We could be talking about napkins. We don't know. No one's got to wear it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This is tough. I'm not sure what we're doing.
I'm not sure either.
But I don't care. I like her no matter what she wears.
All right, watch this, John.
Wonderful.
Remember this button, John?
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Hey, I got a question for either of you, right?
All right.
You know how I normally just pick up these cards, John, and they're just rando, because sometimes I get long-winded all over the place, and to reset, I just do this so we get back on track, because here, John's probably told you, John has a lot of fans. He's got a lot of fans that love country-ish, and they love everything that they do. And they always want to make sure that to let me know that they're Jon Reep fans and they love country-ish. And I am, as most of the people that are vocal Jon Reep fans, I am, hold on, let me try to.
Anyway, well, there was a new review. You weren't here last week. You were lost somewhere in Florida or Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Filled in, and there's a new review that does the opposite of what you just said, where I'm the meh guy, and this person likes you. It's the same guy who wrote the one before because he's making up for it. But go ahead.
All right, so either one of you, John, because I like to hear you sing, and it's Valentine, so why not give that gift to everybody listening? John, why don't you sing a song that was included on the first CD or compact disc, as the young kids call them, you ever bought? Wow. Sing a song from the first compact disc or CD, if you're in the slang, that you ever bought.
Got it. All right, here we go. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was. That's it.
Oh my God! Right?
You know who?
Did you meet her in the hotel lobby?
Yes. Studying with a magazine.
What would mine be? Okay, let me ask you.
No,
I know.
I can't remember any songs or any names of songs.
Yeah.
It's just, I love music, but I can't remember.
Anytime I go anything 90s, she always just goes to me. She goes, I don't know. I was raising children. So like literally there's a whole decade that she missed. I'm like, how have you not heard about Friends? I have kids. I don't know. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that'll keep you busy
last year.
Whoa. So wait, hold on. So she keeps always saying that, going, well, I raise kids, and she has these awesome, just totally beautiful and just awesome kids. So I'm always like, well, how did you miss this, and this? And then she explains to me, because if you have kids, you're busy watching this and this. So we on Amazon Prime, maybe whatever works out, a week ago, I go, let's watch Reacher. Everyone keeps talking about this Reacher. Let's watch it. And then I'm kind of trying to explain to her what the show is. Mm-hmm. And then we sit down and it starts playing and she starts spouting off going, well, Reacher this is why I didn't like Tom Cruise. Reacher's actually 6'5" and his hands are about this length and this and that. And I go, how did you know? And she goes, I read every Reacher book there was. There's 27 books. She read every single one. So
I had time to read in bed at night after the kids were in bed.
So we're watching the first episode, and I think this is maybe a guy thing. I hope I got to talk her into this. She's like, yeah, this is kind of like how it is in the book, but it's a little bit different. And he's got, have you heard of the
Reacher's Rules?
Reacher's Rules? And I'm like, no. She's like, he's got how many? 31 of them? 31 Reacher's Rules. And she's like, one of them is you don't sleep in your underwear because you got to, what's the
plan for the best, hope for the best, plan for the worst.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So,
well, that was, so did you like it? Did you watch it?
Yes.
We're on,
so good.
We're on like episode 4 or 5. But she read the book.
Some people say that's how I was going to ask you that question. Is it as good as the book?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm only a couple. He's watched when I've been asleep. So I've only watched like the first 3. The actor is really on point.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the feeling like, but yes, in the book, you hear his thoughts about how he's going to work out his fighting. So, but John loves it because he sees it. I said, you're going to like the book even more because he's talking it through in his head, how he's going to punch him in the face. And
so I immediately went to eBay and I bought all 27 books.
Really?
To get here, so I can just go downstairs and just read them. But we were watching one of the. This isn't even a spoiler. We were watching one of the episodes, and Reacher's like, "I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna do this to you and do this." And he starts counting, and she goes, Reacher doesn't ever let you get to 5. And he's like, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 1, 2. And then she's like, see, that's his move. Is he always strike when the guy, I'm like, I want to be Reacher. I literally, what I say, I'm going to Atlanta this week and I hate all my clothes. And I go, I want to dress like Reacher. Like instead when I'm at the punchline.
He's off the grid. He doesn't have credit cards, a driver's license or anything. He's a military police officer.
Right.
And when he goes into a town, he just goes into like pays cash, rides a bus, gets clothes from a secondhand store.
Buys Salvation Army clothes secondhand and then throws the clothes away when he leaves the town. I'm like, this is the guy I've always wanted to be.
I've heard about these. I've heard about the books. Forgot where I think I was listening to Adam Carolla, and he was interviewing the actor. Did you know that the actor who plays Reacher was also on American Idol?
Was what?
American Idol. The actor who plays Reacher in the series that you're watching was also on American Idol, and also he was a big internet guy. Like he green screened an interview of him with Jimmy Kimmel, and people believe that he was actually on Jimmy Kimmel. Like he took video from Jimmy Kimmel. Like he's done other random shit, and one of them was American Idol. I'm like, what?
That's so random because I saw that guy on a podcast, this other actor's podcast, and he's on there. And that dude he tried to kill himself.
Oh,
he literally had 3 kids, went to hang himself, and then had one of those moments, and then got done with that, and then started studying theology, and kind of changed his perspective of what's important. Giving more to people instead of he slimmed down his life. He sold most of his cars and houses and not that a simple life is thing, but he literally got to a simple life. Exactly how I'm here or how you are there, John, versus however we used to live, like when all that chaos. And then you're like, and then he got that show. So I'm fascinated. Like I'm deep diving in the whole thing. And I want to buy Salvation Army clothes to perform in every week and leave them in the hotel room. So I never have to pack.
Walk out with any
honestly, that would be an amazing move. Never have to pack a bag. Just wherever you go, get off the plane and go straight to a Goodwill, get whatever you need, then burn it.
Why couldn't you in your rider, like, John,
Reacher?
What?
Reacher?
Yeah, no, I'm even telling like Reep, like, so I buy the Reaper. So I buy these on Amazon where also I get fabric now.
Yes.
So I get these plain t-shirts that have nothing on them and they're literally $6 and I buy every color and they look cool. So why in your rider can't you have just every funny bone has 5 shirts for you? You show up in just jeans. You put on the clean t-shirt and you leave.
Right.
And you just leave. Never packing ever.
I bet we could do that. But as long as we don't put in 8,000 pair of Jordans in there like some comedians do.
People do. This I got a pack of 6 shirts for like $20. And
I just did that too.
Dude, you got and fabric. I can't talk because I think people are staring at us, so I can't. So, so you don't have a song, Jody? Do you have a first CD? You don't have to sing it. So that's kind of embarrassing. Like, what was the first CD that you remember getting?
I feel like it was Wilson Phillips.
Hold On.
I think so, yeah.
Hold on for one more day. Break free from the chains.
Don't you know
I know
it's a
that there was
change?
pain, but you hold on
Hold
to
on
one
to
more
one more
day.
day.
And you break free.
That's exactly why I bought it.
Someday somebody's gonna let you
So,
know.
but here's the always thing I always said about Wilson Phillips, right? So the song, what song is the title that we just sang? Hold on, right? Okay, do you know what their follow-up hit was?
Wait a minute.
The follow-up hit.
Just kidding. Hold on, followed by wait a minute. And then hang on a second. I'll be right there.
No, the follow-up
Thank
hit.
you, Michelle.
Thank you. The follow-up hit was Release Me.
Oh,
Yes.
hilarious.
Yeah. Hold on to
Release
what
me.
you got. Release me. They're literally the next song was Release Me.
Wow, that is exactly what happened at the end of the movie Titanic. You remember that? She's like, "Don't ever let go," and then they let go.
Yeah.
And then Jack went all the way to the bottom of the ocean. That's crazy. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
I don't know. Nobody talks about it, you know? It's one of those things.
We got to get into that. What about you guys? First CD or first album or something?
Mine, I remember it. I got the jam box or the CD player. Mine was love comes walking in. I want an alias when I fall on me. When I love you about
Love comes walking in. Yeah.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, who sings that?
Right now, hey.
Oh, right.
tomorrow.
Van Halen.
Yes, 5150.
That's right. Did you know that, Michelle?
No,
What was your first one?
I think my first CD might have been the Prince Purple Rain.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. So you knew the song I was singing earlier then.
But I had a 35 disc.
Oh, that sounds
changer.
older. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fancy. Okay. Hey, John, should we play the Newlywed Game?
Yeah, but you know what? Because of Purple Rain, I cannot to this day, not that I'm in a lot of hot tub. Anytime you get in a hot tub, my first thought is always, is the water warm? Yes, Lisa.
Shall we begin?
So,
Yes, Lisa. Real quick, before we play the Newlywed Game, what did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show?
Michelle did not get to see it live because she was studying. However, I was exhausted because probably like everybody my age, I stood up and I was dancing a little.
Oh, yeah.
You know, how do you not when it's just California comes on, and then when Eminem came on, it was insane.
Yeah.
People. I think it was one of the best ones. Yeah, you had Prince singing like In the Rain, but I remember NFL announcers after Prince was singing. I gotta look up to see which one said it. The guy was bitching about who would play a ballad at the Super Bowl game. Literally, that's what the guy was saying.
Wow, what an idiot!
But he was like a real popular announcer.
Yeah,
but he was just like that was dumb. That was the announcement on the thing. Yeah,
that's insane. I thought
I don't know if it was. I think it had more energy. Like Prince is always going to be my favorite, but I think that this halftime one was maybe the coolest one I saw, just with the set and how it changed, and all that stuff.
Well, I also think visually it was amazing because they were playing in SoFi, and it was still daylight, and that's a sunroof, right? So you could see everything. It was lit like so well. Like you could see the people behind them having fun. The whole crowd was getting into it. And then Snoop Dogg and his element, that was amazing. Dr. Dre. Let's talk about Fat 50 Cent hanging upside down, though.
Yeah, I saw people giving him crap, but how old is he? Our age?
Yeah.
You gonna hold anyone comparison to what you looked like 20 years ago?
Yeah, but he was hanging upside down, and it just looked funny. Like he wasn't Batman, he was Fat Man. And then he said, someone made the joke like, that's not 50 cent, that's $1.50. That's like $2.50 right there. Yeah, he's gained some weight. He still was good though. I didn't. The Kendrick Lamar guy wasn't so crazy about, just because I don't really know most of the songs. And
I said
Mary J.
this.
Blige.
Yeah, she was awesome. And then when that guy came on, I told Michelle, I go, this is the only guy I don't know. I don't know how I missed this. And everyone was going crazy. And then somewhere from there, I YouTubed Eminem with Rihanna.
Well, our wedding night, we had a karaoke dance party after.
Oh, nice.
And John sang with my daughter, Brianna. And then my oldest daughter, Mariah, and her husband said, we're going to sing Eminem and Rihanna.
And it doesn't like it does.
You would not
it was like two different people showed up. Yeah. And they were singing it. So we started playing that. Yeah. We started playing that. And then
danced.
Yeah. And then I started playing Eminem No Love. And I started showing Michelle how I can rap the whole middle part of that. And then we had literally like a quick 2-video dance party. She goes, she moved the coffee table and this was last night.
A weekly occurrence.
And she started dancing. And then so I just started dancing with her, but I made it 2 songs. And then I'm like, I have to sit down. I have to sit down a second. And then I have to go get some Gouda. And I went and I started cutting Gouda. Like I was so out of breath that I felt cheese would get my breath back. Does that make sense?
Yes and no.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome, man.
We don't have any kids. We don't have a dog. We don't have anything. We can eat.
It's kind of a party.
Go to at 12. Who's going to stop us? We ate 2 hot dogs the other night.
Oh my!
Like midnight.
Yeah, we had like street cart. We had street vendor. So we were thinking. Yeah, because now that we start performing more, and Michelle never really knew me as a comic who traveled. So now that dates are starting to come back, it's kind of like suddenly you're the guy who's gone on Fridays, right. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where she's
weekend.
Yeah, so she's not used to that. So I'm trying to explain to her. She doesn't need explaining to, but I'm like, listen, kind of a Monday, Tuesday is what Fridays and Saturdays are to people. So you can get a little crazy on a Tuesday, and then Friday, Saturday night you're working.
Yeah, I spoiled her during the pandemic because I was here all the time, and we did all kinds of fun things every weekend, and then it opens back up. And so now really Wednesdays
are date night.
Wednesdays are date nights now, because I usually leave on a Thursday or Friday.
So we had that. And then, that she's not a big fan of it, but the bartending machine that I got.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we started making a couple, and then we got a little crunk, and I'm like, man, I wish there was like a food truck. I was just in that mood. Sometimes you're like, I just need a food truck. I don't even know. We could have the best chef ever in the world here, and I don't care. We just need a food truck. So luckily, I bought hot dogs and buns, and we George Foremaned it and made maybe 4 of the greatest hot dogs I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Right? Yeah, anything after you've had some drinks from that old cocktail machine probably would be really good at that hour. But I know when you get a craving for a hot dog, you just have to have a hot dog. I understand that. What we picked out last night. We had wings. I got my own hot sauce now, John. I don't know if you can see that.
You sell hot sauce,
Jon Reep's.
How's your face?
Jon Reep's hickory hot sauce, so good it'll make your head shake.
Are you gonna send us some?
Yeah, I'll send you some. There's a guy who makes this. Thought it'd be a good idea to make some with my face on it. I said, yeah, go for it. I haven't got a dime. I probably will never see any money from this. I just said, yeah, put my face on it. It's hilarious. And,
wait, John. Okay, so man, Jody's gonna think all I do is talk the whole podcast. That's gonna be the first thing she says when they walk away, and you're gonna go right. everybody on this podcast, but Reep is going to go, John talks a lot. I know that's the thing. And let me do this, everybody, Reep fans. He's got country-ish. He's doing 500 shows a day. Him and Alan Jackson, they're doing 1 million shows. Awesome, well-produced shows. John, I sued Jon Reep. Not a lot of people realize this. I sued him, and he's contractually not. He's only allowed X amount of words per podcast, or he goes over his limit, and then he's got to pay me. So he's got a lot to say. But John, so you have that hot sauce, and you guys had a charcuterie board I saw earlier.
Oh yeah, we got a little charcuterie board right here. I just sort of made this last minute.
Okay, so I'm going to change that charcuterie board because let me tell you about my new business venture that I want to do. You know, I'm always pushing new ideas on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? So my old college roommate, who not old, he's my age. I don't want to say old college roommate, but my college roommate at Eastern Michigan, for our wedding, made us something, and we use this not every night, but pretty close.
Pretty close every day.
Pretty close. So, because what we do is we're big on we have all these dipping sauce, so we get a bunch of little plates that have olive oil in it, and we put all these different dipping sauces in it. Then we get a biscuit. Is that what it's called?
A baguette.
Okay, so we get one of those things, and then we cut it up, and then we just kind of dip, and then we kind of have conversations over this just as we're dipping bread. It's a thing, but we cut it up on this cutting board. So I was talking to my buddy Andy. I go, let's hang out more. Let's catch up. We were, we talk to each other every day. We live with each other. And now, life gets in the way. Let's start hanging out more. I go, how long does it take you to make one of these boards or these cutting boards? And he explains to me. I go, how about I just come over to your house and let's make some boards and we'll just kind of shoot the crap. And his wife told me, because we're working on something, goes, I can't wait till you take Andy away from me for a little bit, right? Well, she didn't say that, but
she said he was just working in his shop and kind of wanting to do
he needs some
kind of business venture.
Dude connection. The guy probably just needs to talk. He's probably surrounded.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I asked Andy, I go, listen, dude, let's make some of these cutting boards, and every quarter we're just going to make like 50 to 100, and I'm going to sell them, but it'll let us hang out in your wood shop together, and we're going to bang out these things. I sent Alan a picture of one of them. Alan, you're probably guessing what picture that would be, but John, we could add your hot sauce to this mix though.
Okay.
Alan, if you want to show us one, I sent you an email.
So question, John.
Yeah.
As Alan pulls, so that's the board.
Yeah.
That you guys created.
Yeah. So that.
All right, so you're not talking about like a gift basket that has the board in it with meat and cheese and sauce.
No,
you're saying strictly the wood. Yeah. Okay.
It's just all.
It looks
it's all
nice.
board, and then that's our logo, or that's our thing. Is the design that you see is what every board will look like. So
okay.
the three stripes. So it's American made. It's American made.
How do we incorporate the hot sauce into this board?
We just we throw it in. You also get. We'll put it in. We'll do. It should be a thing, dude.
Yeah,
why would we not? We have like hot sauce, that board, and we just got to think of one extra thing.
Meat and cheese. I mean, do you know anybody who does like a comedian who sells meat? If we get other comedians involved, everyone.
I can meet me. No, remember earlier we said we wanted to do the Heffron and Reep livestock because we're going to buy a cow from my brother's place in Raleigh. Yeah. So we're going to buy a cow. So we wanted Heffron Reep livestock and we couldn't figure out what the other and is, like livestock and car wash or livestock. We didn't have a thing for the and. So now we're Heffron and Reep, livestock, hot sauce, and cutting boards.
Yeah.
Who else does that? Who else does that?
We would be the number one company that does that.
That 3 combination, dude.
That's awesome, dude. That board
I'm
was
curious
really
if
good.
anybody, if you're watching, that if you put that picture, I'm curious if anybody be interested in that.
Put it on your website, John.
I got to make one for it.
Right. Well, when you get
But
it
we
made,
figure like it's gonna be limited edition. We could do 50 a quarter because he's got a job. I kind of don't. He's got a job, so we can do 50 every. Is a quarter 3 months? Is that when I pay taxes? Yeah, like every 3 months we could do maybe 50 tops, maybe 100. But it'd be a high end. They're not some bullshit thing. You go to Marshall's or you use your Kohl's bucks to get in the thing. It's not that. This is some high end. This is some high end stuff.
Hey, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's play the Newlywed Game, dude. We're already it's almost 8:30. We've not even played the Newlywed Game yet.
Well, we got it. One other thing. Alan, can you show John the T-shirt idea I have since we're talking about just marketing and trying to make money?
Oh yeah, I gotta show you something too. Oh, look at that!
Remember those airbrushes you'd get in Florida when you were 11 and you go to Daytona?
Yes, that's hilarious. That looks like something you'd see on a license plate, like a fake one, like just for the front of the car.
Right.
That's awesome. Heffron and Reep. So when did you make this? And what was it? Was it an occasion or just?
I think I just saw it. And
You just did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jody also is a very funny human being, has a great sense of humor. And she has a swimsuit that she made that she was going to wear around the pool. And I'd like to show you the swimsuit.
Okay, ready?
Okay, that's my face on the swimsuit. And look where the crotch is. My mouth and my beard is the crotch. Yeah, and so she wasn't even really, you do it on purpose.
Know it was going to be
she didn't know that's
scale.
The scale of it. My eyes are where the boobs kind of are. And my hairy beard is where, other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks hilarious when she's wearing this thing.
Wait, you wear that? You've been out
for him.
For him, yeah.
For him, but not for everybody else.
She wore it she came out of the bathroom one time with that on, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Dude, how would you not? And the people who printed it, they probably had a meeting. They go, "Hey, we're supposed to send this order. Do you know where the mouth is on this?" And they're like, "I think that's what they wanted. They didn't say anything." That was
when you made it. Did it have a scale like?
It had the face on there, but it didn't have it. I think they zoomed out and made it bigger to fit like this.
That's hilarious.
So of course I can't wear it anywhere else.
Dude, John, you got cash. Spend some of your last comic money. Find some influencers and make them wear that as like a bathing
that'd be
suit.
Great.
You could find somebody to put that on, but you don't tell them you were super serious going to have a line of clothing and see who takes it. Somebody's going to put it on, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, it looks weird when you're wearing it because it's flesh color. So you're kind of thinking, like, at first, this person's naked. Oh my gosh, I was seeing too much. Oh my gosh, that's John's face. And it all happens in 2 seconds. And your brain is, woo. But yeah.
All right. So let's play.
Let's play a round or two and then we'll. A
Newlywed Game. But, Joe, let me ask you this question, though. So everybody see, John, your background, your set, everything looks awesome. I'm always in transition, always trying to. You can't see these swatches up here, so let's just go with. Do you like any of these, Jody? Since you're new to seeing you've probably never seen
that
my.
One. I think I like that one.
This one?
Yes.
The lighter one?
Me too.
Is that the one? Because
if you do the dark, it's going to be too dark.
Yes.
This is going to be too dark?
Yeah.
That's a Joanna Gaines one, I think.
This one was, yeah. But you like this gray.
I like the lighter one, yeah.
This gray, but it's darker and it kind of okay. These are light blues. Okay. Sorry.
I like it. Or even lighter.
Maybe even lighter. Yeah, it would make the room bigger.
Or John, is that fake brick behind you, John?
This behind me is real brick. On the other angle, if you're watching Country-ish, on the other side of the co-host is fake brick. It's just a wall that was boring. And so we got this brick wallpaper and put it on like a slab of 2x, something, and just leaned it up against the wall. So it looks like brick, but this is real brick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get the fake brick you have on the other side, and I get that brick here on my wall. So then people just think we're in the same room.
That's a great idea. I think we have some left over.
I'm okay. I would.
Hey, D. Allen Jackson, can you pop in here real quick?
Could you?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
So that fake brick stuff, where did you buy that? You remember?
That would be Amazon.
Oh, there you go. Where you get that?
Dude, if you're on Amazon, I have some fabric. I send you a link.
Yeah.
Right.
You can buy it with the fabric as part of a set. But yes, you can get the wallpaper brick, and it works pretty good.
We should send that to John. Whatever we ever have left over.
Yeah, we got some leftovers. Mm-hmm.
Make it look like somehow we're in the same room. That'd be hilarious. Well, Alan, while we got you here, should we go ahead and end this thing with playing some Newlywed Game, since it's Valentine's Day and you guys are newlyweds and we're engaged to be married? Let's play the game. All right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. So I have some questions.
I'll play music on this.
Yeah. If you got some music you can play, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Yeah, that's good.
It's the only one I have.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pose a question, and we're going to start with, let's start with John and John first, the guys.
Okay.
You guys, I'm going to pose the question. You write down your answer. You think you believe is the right answer. Don't show it to your partners, and then we will let them guess the answer, and you can hold up what you wrote and see if it matches, and we'll keep score and see who gets the most right.
Okay.
You guys good with that?
Piece of paper.
Pad and a pen. I'm ready to go.
All right. I'm going to put the first question up on the screen here. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
So don't say your answers. Just write them down.
Just write them down. Okay. Don't look.
Yep.
Don't
Ladies,
look.
do not look, please. No
Okay.
cheating. All right. Here we go. First question.
Oh, no, they can
First
look at
question.
Don't look at the answer.
Yeah. Just
How
look
did
at
you
our
first meet your spouse?
Yeah, this is.
Wait, do we write it down too?
No.
No. You
Okay.
You two don't have to write it down. John and John are writing their answers down. Then I'm going to ask you two in a moment, and we're going to see if you guys who matches or who doesn't. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
You guys
good.
good?
I got my answer written down.
Okay. So John Heffron. I'm sorry, John. Michelle. How did you and John first meet?
Just say. She's just
You don't
saying
have to
it.
write it down. Yeah, you just say it, Michelle.
Just
You just say
answer.
it.
Oh, we first met online.
Met online. All right. John Heffron, what did you say? on
Show us your answer, John. What did you write down?
I wrote Bumble.
Okay. We're going to let that count because that's an
Yeah.
online thing that works. Good.
Yeah.
1 point for
Okay.
the Heffrons.
Okay.
Good job. All right. So now, Jody, your answer. How did you and John first meet?
We met out at a place called Iron Thunder. We just happened to both be there.
Okay. Iron Thunder. John Reep, your answer was?
I wrote at Iron Thunder.
Iron Thunder.
Very nice. Okay.
Iron Thunder.
We are 1-1.
What
You
is
guys are
Iron
doing
Thunder?
good.
That sounds like a show you would go to in Vegas if you were the latest,
Yeah, dude.
right?
That's it. That's what we were doing. I was
Ladies,
working.
are you ready for Iron Thunder?
Stage 4, Ginger Boy. Come on, Stage 4, Ginger Boy.
Welcome, dark chocolate.
All right. This one's going to be a little tougher, I think. We'll see. So this is now for Jody and Michelle. You guys have to write down the answer for this one. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, do not look at what they're writing down. But here's the question. What did they wear on your first date? Now we're talking about what John and John wore on your first date.
First date? Wow. Not the first time we met, but the first date.
First date.
What was I wearing? So I got to
That's
figure
right.
out what she's
We're,
gonna
we're
write
asking. That's right. We're asking what
Okay.
the guys wore on the first date.
down. Okay. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I know, but I'm going to take a guess whenever you call upon me.
Sure.
Whenever they're done writing it down,
All right.
I have an
And
idea.
just, you girls tell me when you're ready, and we'll let
Michelle,
them ask.
ready?
Okay.
Did she write anything down, John?
Jody is
I'm
still
not
ready.
looking. So I don't know how the
I'm just
game
wondering
works.
if she's ready to.
Are you ready? Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and go.
It
All right,
doesn't
John
seem
Heffron.
convincing.
John
Yeah.
Heffron, what did you wear on your first date?
Besides a winter jacket, man, I probably was in some type of blue, black, checkered flannel or a nicer version of that in jeans.
We've got, I hear flannel and jeans. Is that kind of a good answer?
I might say that. Yeah. I mean, what else would I be wearing?
Flannel and jeans. All right, Michelle, what did you write down?
I wrote 4 things. Where do I put this?
All right,
Here, or
let's
just
see
read
here.
it.
Coat. Big
what's that?
coat.
Big coat.
Jeans.
Because we had to eat outside.
Yeah, because it was
Sure.
COVID. It was -7. You weren't allowed to go inside.
I said
So
jeans,
jeans.
big coat.
Oh, and
And he didn't want to mess up his hair. So
she
wear a
said
winter
no
coat.
hat. That's actually a form of wearing something is by not wearing a hat
And a mask.
and a mask.
And a mask. Oh, yeah.
That's all I saw.
Right?
So, Alan, she got the jeans part right. He did say coat. She said coat.
He did say coat.
I didn't hear anything about flannel, but that sounds about that's 50% correct, right?
We didn't
All
take
right.
our coats off. We were outside.
Yeah.
In igloo.
See? All right, good point. Well, let's
Yeah,
let's
think
see how
about that
the
back
other-
then, though. Like, think about what we did. We literally met each other as ninjas. We have our entire bodies covered. We're outside in a parking lot. It's snowing. It's freezing. We brought a blanket in from a car. This is our very first, and we're eating cold chicken wings, literally in 6-degree weather.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow. Okay.
Well, let's see how the other
Okay.
couple
Yeah,
fare
let's
on
see.
this question and see who wins out of this. All right, so John, what did you wear on your first date with Jody?
Well, I it's the opposite of what John Heffron said because I think this was warm weather, and I believe I was wearing jean shorts.
wow.
And a light blue Hickory Crawdads baseball T-shirt and a baseball hat. Possibly had the initials JR on the hat. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Well, so you really went all out on this first date.
Yeah,
it sounds like. So, yeah.
jean shorts. I didn't know you guys met in 1992. Yeah.
They're
All right,
homemade.
Jody,
homemade shorts.
Jody, what did you say?
Hey, shorts.
I couldn't remember that because
What'd you
I
write
feel
down?
like I wrote down the Purple Rain T-shirt.
Oh,
That's really what you were wearing when we first.
That's what I was wearing when we
Yes.
first met at Iron Thunder.
Yes.
But the date wasn't it the Crawdads game?
I don't know because
Was that the first date?
there was.
I don't
a
know
lot-
what you consider the first
I know.
date.
It's the whole.
It's
it,
the whole
It was
thing.
a long time ago.
Well, there was we met and then I'm trying to think of
So you guys
I remember
met,
you,
like,
bought the T-shirt when we were together. That Crawdads T-shirt.
That's
you
right.
were wearing the jorts.
I did have the jorts
You
on.
did
So
have the jorts on.
we got that one wrong. They got that one
Yes.
right.
The Heffrons are getting that point. They
Okay.
were the closest, but
All right.
for sure on that. Okay.
I might wear cutoff jeans this summer. I haven't worn them since I was
I
like,
don't own a pair.
right, but I'm going to make some because
They're easy to make.
They're fun.
apparently we have to go through my clothes because I have too many. So I need to scale it down.
You want to
All
be
right.
Jack Reacher.
I know, right? So,
All right, we're going to do one more here. This will
Okay.
be interesting. Okay, this is for the guys to write down the answer,
okay.
and I'll have the girls give their answer in a minute. Okay. So here's the thing. Now describe. All right, let me see how. Okay, I want this question to be about what the girls thought about the guys. Okay.
Okay.
Describe what you first thought of them in one word. Now, guys, what do you think Michelle and Jody are going to say about how they would have described you in one word?
Oh, so we're
That make sense?
guessing what they're thinking, not what we
That's right.
thought in one
Yes.
word.
What do you? So John Heffron, what do you think Michelle would have described you in one word?
Got ya.
Oh my god.
Same with John Reep. What do you think Jody would? What word would she have described you with?
All right.
We're gonna see how close we get on these
I hope
words.
I'm right.
And I will be the judge about which couple is closer on their guesses.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, you guys have written down the one word you think they would have used to describe you.
Okay.
Okay.
I wrote down.
So now, Michelle, what do you think? What is the one
Oh,
word
you
you
went
think
with
you
me
would have used to describe them? Yeah. What do you think?
Reserved.
Reserved.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
wow. John Heffron, what
he
did
didn't
you?
talk. We had this texting and talking, and then when we met, he was quiet the whole date. And we got back to his
Interesting.
Jeep, and he said, I'd like to see you again tomorrow. And I said, really? I said, you didn't talk. You're going to have to talk more. That's what came out of my mouth.
She literally said you're going to have to talk more. Okay. Not one person who listens to this podcast has ever said that about me.
Wow. Okay. Well,
And he
John
was trying
Heffron,
to
what
be a better
word
listener.
did you? Yeah. What word did you write down, John?
I read that she would have said I was meh. Meh.
No, not at all. Oh, man.
Yeah. She did say that though. She goes, "I'll go out, but are you going to talk?" And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You didn't say anything."
What happened, John? Why were you like to talk a lot? Why were you not talking on this date?
Because I know that I like to talk a lot, and it's not always about me. I mean, it kind of always should be. However, I was trying to be. What did I tell you? I said I was just trying to
Be a good listener.
Yeah, that I was trying to gain info instead of whatever.
Gotcha.
So that was just a moment. It was a week. It was a week of me talking less and listening more. Those were the old days. Yeah.
Okay. So
Right.
we got the pairing there. Let's
Yeah.
see how we do on the other couple. So, Jody, what one word would you have used to describe John when you first met him?
Handsome.
Ooh.
Will Jon Reep.
What did
Jon
you
Reep
write down? What
ever
word did you?
consider handsome?
I wrote down the word cute.
I think
I'll give that to you guys.
Yeah. I do think that was a winner.
Yeah, that
Pretty
was.
close.
I'll give it to them.
Although we were in the same vein of thinking.
They were more.
We were like a little confused on our first.
You guys were definitely both on the same vibe going on in both
But
places.
they win that one.
They were a little closer.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's tied right now.
Oh,
right.
it is tied. Yeah. Do you want to do a tiebreaker, Alan?
Tiebreaker right here.
Yes. Let me
Just grab. Yeah. Anyone. So John, what do you think? While Alan's looking at that, I want some of your hot sauce. If there's a way we can buy it, can I sell your hot sauce at my shows? I have no merch to sell.
Yeah, I mean, well, I told this guy like you make it, you put it on your website, and I'll put a link to it on my website. But I'm not carrying this around the country.
Oh,
I ain't gonna be setting up on the merch table. You're just gonna have to get it online. But I'll send you one, John. You can get it at johnreep.com. Click on the shop. It's right there. johnreep.com.
all right.
All right. I'm just picking another one of these questions at random as a tiebreaker. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just see. And this will be for the girls to write down their answer
Okay.
about. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be the celebrity crush for the girls. This is the question. Who is your celebrity crush? The girls, you're writing it down for yourself. Yes. Michelle and Jody, you're writing down who is your celebrity crush. And then we're going to see if the guys can choose it correctly.
Okay.
I think he knows.
I mean, John.
Who is your celebrity crush? Asking to the ladies.
Aren't we celebrities?
Besides these guys, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Everybody have their answer down? Okay. John Heffron, what do you think Michelle's celebrity crush is?
I'm only going to say this because we saw a video last night where this person was in it. And then, so that's literally the only person I have in my head is what's his name? Mad Men guy.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm, is that your answer?
I have no, but she's never talked about it, but it was a video last night, like that we watched. So let me just try to think one. No, I don't ever hear. It's always like, John, you're so high. I'm like, I know, we don't have to talk about me all the time. So I don't know. That's gonna be my answer.
John Hamm.
Yeah.
Michelle?
What does it say? I can't
It's
see it.
John Reep.
Stop moving it.
Gerard Butler.
Butler.
It's probably all of our celebrity crushes, even the guys. I mean, come on.
I fed him a cupcake one time.
We talked about this. You did know it. You would have had to go deep.
John,
into the
you were there.
recesses because you
I was
told me
there.
the story.
Yeah.
I know the story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back.
Me and Reep offered Butler a cupcake. We're on the street as just two guys talking, and we had a cupcake, and we said, "Hey, do you want?" And he walked by with the Asian guy that he was in the movie with, and he ate it. We're like, that's very trusting. The two dudes offer another.
That made
dude
me
a
like him
cupcake.
even more. I was like, wow, he just ate a cupcake from me, and I was dressed in overalls.
Right. So there you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, John, who do you think Jody's celebrity crush is?
I'm gonna guess this without knowing her super well. I'm gonna try to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I'll ask John Reep instead. John Heffron, you may not know. So, yeah.
Well,
John Reep.
John Heffron, you think of something too. I know. I think I know this because we were talking about this not long ago, and I can't believe it.
Oh,
I'm
really?
actually happy. I'm happy that it's this guy because I don't feel threatened whatsoever.
Okay.
And we share the same birthday, except not the same year. He's a lot older than me, and he's the lead singer of a little band called Aerosmith. His name is Steve Tyler.
Ding, ding, ding.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one, John. Yeah, you got nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, I just knew that one.
Because you always hear about those couples that are like, "Hey, who's your free pass? If your hall pass?" And then the guy always throws out like some unobtainable, you know. And the woman's like, "I don't know, the guy who does the weather on Channel 4." You're like, "You can find that guy. Like, that's not fair. You'll see that guy at the mall." You
Yeah,
gotta,
that could totally happen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I believe the Reeps, the future Reeps, have won that round. So.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was a good game though, close game.
They didn't have to deal with COVID.
Thank you, Mr. V. Allen Jackson. All right, John Heffron. Well, this was fun. Happy Valentine's Day to both of you guys. John, why don't you
let me
plug
hit
some
some
tour
buttons.
dates? Aren't you going to be
Let's do
somewhere?
that. I'm going to plug some stuff. This is Valentine's weekend. So that means, if you're watching this in 2026, these dates don't mean anything. But if you're watching now, this weekend, I will be at the Atlanta Punchline. If you're into comedy and also into servers being loud, throwing bottles, it's a good place. We love it there. Also, next weekend, I'm at in Helium in Indianapolis. So Atlanta Punchline this weekend, and then next weekend I am in Indianapolis. But right now, I want to hear where Jon Reep is.
This weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, I will be in the state for lovers known as Virginia, a little comedy club called Funny Bone in Richmond, Virginia. And then after that, I'm doing a theater gig not too far down the road, High Point, North Carolina, High Point Theater. Come see Jon Reep there. Other tour dates can be found at heffronandreep.com for all your tour dates and all your Heffron and Reep needs.
Also, in the comments, just before you leave, if you're already saying goodbye, I want to know if you're into, tell us if you're into hot sauce or cutting boards. We like to do some market research. Also, let us know if you're into airbrushed Heffron and Reep merchandise.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we are
happy Valentine's Day. Listen,
Valentine's
if you're not,
Day. We'll let you guys do whatever lovers do on Valentine's.
And if you don't have a special someone, don't worry. The small town news story I'm doing tomorrow, guys. He's with his pig. He has an emotional potbelly pig, and you could just find a farm animal. Certain states, it's not illegal. So just know that. I mean, I'm kind of an animal, huh?
And should it be? All right, everybody. That was the Heffron and Reep show. We'll see you guys next time.
Happy Valentine's.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They Heffron and Reep have low self-esteem.